Welcome back. Business news now. Here's someone who I heard live at 5 p.m. on a drive in the afternoon because he's had a long day. Mike Apple, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, the joys of budget day, whether it's federal or provincial, we're on it.
You're all over it. And
yeah.
you combed through every single page, right, with your highlighter?
268 pages of budgetary measures, and yeah, look, it was interesting in as much, Melanie, that this is the election campaign platform for the Ford government going to the polls. So we'll see, what voters think of it. It's a massive spending plan. In fact, the biggest in provincial history. Kind of flies in the face of conservatism, if you will. $198 billion in spending. Billions upon billions of dollars to build hospitals and rebuild schools and highways. And I'm looking through this going, okay, it's fine to build things, but do you have the staff that goes into them? and let's face it, costs have gone up, and that's going to put further pressure on the government when it comes to wage negotiations for upcoming contracts and such. The other key to this or takeaway was that there was some tax relief for lower income Ontario residents. They raised the threshold on the low income financial tax cut, which I think the threshold is now $50,000 as opposed to $38,000. Anyway, it saves about $300 a year. It's not a widespread middle class tax cut or anything of that nature, which some have been saying that the Ford government had promised to do. And at the end of the day, we're still looking at a $20 billion deficit coming up for the next fiscal year, which I think is actually bigger than anything that we saw during the pandemic. So, the surplus maybe a balance in 2027. Pretty big spending plan here. And we'll see what the other parties have to say in retort. And we talked about on the campaign trail for the next couple of months.
Sure,
or a month and a half, I guess.
Yeah. And what's it all going to mean at the end of the day?
That's right.
Numbers are numbers, and these are kind of like big plans. But if you're not elected, then what?
There was also a lot of talk. It was kind of interesting. The first big section of the budget was also dedicated to what the Ford government's also announced already related to building the province's automotive sector for electric vehicles, the development of the Ring of Fire, which they've been talking about in Northern Ontario for the past 30 or so years. Maybe that gets going. But that was actually a big chunk of this as well.
Mike, two words that we're not used to hearing together: Amazon and loss. Yeah,
Amazon reported its first quarterly loss in 7 years. In its update, a lot of that had to do, though, with a write-down on an investment it's got in a company called Rivian, one of the new electric vehicle companies, which has seen its market value drop sharply. So Amazon had to account for that. But the bottom line here is that the e-commerce growth pace for Amazon has slowed down. Melanie, look, we're going out and shopping as opposed to just clicking something on a computer and having it delivered to our door. So you had to know that was going to slow down a little bit. Their guidance wasn't great. This is still a massive company. Don't kid yourself.
They'll be just
one of the world's largest. Yeah, they'll be fine. But the stock is down fairly significantly pre-market here by 8%. Apple. I want to talk about Apple quickly because they just had a profit of $25 billion in a single quarter, almost $100 billion in sales. Apple's also doing fine. Shocker. But it's it's dealing with cost issues as well out of China. And, everything that every company is dealing with right now. So its guidance is a little bit weak. But again, these are massive numbers. Today's the last trading day for April already, Melanie?
Yeah, it sure is.
Where's the year going?
May the 1st is on Monday. Oh, yeah, Sunday.
Where's it going?
It's all fun.
You got to get your taxes done, too, by the way, if you haven't done that already.
Oh, good reminder. I'm done.
Weekend deadline. Well, good for you.
I know a lot of people that need that reminder for sure, because it does sneak up on you.
Not as much of an issue if they owe you money rather than you owing them.
That's fair. Really quickly, I want to talk about Suncor. Energy stocks looking good.
Look, the markets have had a money-losing month and year so far, but the best-performing sector is the energy group. Oh, what a shock. The price for oil, north of $100 per barrel, and the energy companies are raking it in. But the big mover yesterday was Suncor. It's at a 2-year high. An activist investor actually says this company's underperforming, wants some big changes at the board of directors level, maybe even a spin-off of Petro-Canada. Really? Okay. That's been the place to be. Rocks and trees and energy has been the star of the show for 2022 so far.
I was going to say, oh my, I thought you were going to end it like that. We'll just end it like that for this Friday. Have a great weekend, Mike.
Thank you, you too.
Take care.